I'm like, yeah, I can come down. Well, I came down, but I ended up being in the movie because he didn't have a guy and he needed a guy, so I filled in for that. Then later, I just found another one and found another one. Lately, it's hard to find because the 9 to 5 job. You know, it's hard to get places, gas, and most of them, all these were little to no pay. So I said, I'm tired of doing this. I want to make movies. I want to be involved. So I just took my iPhone one day and decided to go make a movie. And when it was all said and done, I came up with Jason in Indianapolis, and then we just recently finished our second one.
That's awesome. I mean, I think that's, I mean, the big difference in today's filmmaking world compared to maybe 20 years ago. It's like you don't need to go and invest in a $20,000, $30,000 camera and all this extensive stuff. If you got a good phone and you got a good editor and you know what you're doing out there and you're planning your shots and everything, you can do some really nice stuff with the phone right now. There's some really good apps. There's some really good professional, even lenses you can attach to the actual phone to make, shots wider or different angles and so forth. Um, and this allows people to do things like that on a smaller budget without having to invest. Because I mean, let's say you want to make a movie, you invest, you buy a 20,000 camera. Okay, well now you need a camera operator, you need this, that, sound guy, all this stuff. You can get away with a lot of that with the phone. It's easier, it's more portable. And again, the quality is right up there. I mean, I use both a Black Magic and my phone because I can mirror the results of the Black Magic from the phone and use two cameras.
Yep.
Um,
I haven't had a chance to use a Black Magic, but a friend of mine had a Sony cinematography camera that we filmed some of Georgie's Return on, and it it was more easier for my editor to play with the footage and the sound and everything from that camera than it was the iPhone because the like the cinematography has like several different lines of audio and different lines of video that you can play with.
yeah, yeah, no. I mean, when I use my phone now, unfortunately, like I use everything in log, so it's like it's great, but it's like 50 gigabytes for like 10 seconds of video. You're reading through memory, but it's the closest thing as you're going to get to when you got to go and color grade and everything on the post production,
Yep.
comparing it to the other camera. So it's like you can get there, but it is harder to edit a little bit if you want to match.
Yeah.
But if you're
And
doing
with
the
us
whole thing on the phone, it's fine. And you can buy, I think, there's plenty of stuff that you can buy to attach for sound to the phone. You can buy external mics, all of that. But I like that idea. I like the idea that people can do this. I mean, I've seen movies, that you can purchase from, major distributors that, at the end will say shot on an iPhone, whatever.
Yep.
And it gives people another, tool to use that wasn't available to them. Now, you said the movie was Georgie Return. Was your first film that you put out?
No, Jason in Indianapolis was the first film. It was we started it in 2023, I think, and it came out last 2024. We started working on Georgie's Return in 2025, and when it just recently got done. We've got 3 different trailers out right now for it.
Oh, that's awesome. And you wrote on, I take it, the first film, you wrote it yourself?
The story concept, yes. I wrote both stories, both ideas of what I wanted to do. And Georgie's Return, my editing team, which is Tony and Ange from Angified Presents, they do all the editing, the sound, the music, and everything, and get it all my footage, what audio that I'm able to get for music from bands that I know, I submit it to them, and then they package it all up to what we got. And so with or with Jason, I did it all from start to finish. But with Georgie, they've done half, if not more. They've done more work, honestly, to be perfectly honest. They put in more work than I did to give it the concept we got, to give it a story base, to give it a better understanding of a plot for why is Georgie back type feel. So, and there's a lot of homage and tribute to Stephen King outside of just being Georgie from It. There is a lot of little Easter egg references that kick back to it. Stephen King trying to follow his footsteps of what King himself did.
So would you say both of the films are both kind of like fan films or like
Yes,
fan
both are fan
renditions?
films. Um,
Nice.
in order to make like, in order to make a take a franchised film or a copyrighted film such as It and take a character from it and do something and not be a fan film, you had to pay for the
You have to
licensing
pay
and
a lot of
everything.
money,
Yeah,
yeah.
you. It was
I was
like
gonna say, I mean, fan films are
15,000.
great. The only thing with fan films, I believe, is if I heard it right, because I went to a panel and there was a guy that did Never Hike Alone. It's a Jason fan film,
Yep,
and
I know the guy.
yeah, and he was talking, and basically, it's you can't really make any payoff of it. You can't make money off of certain things. Part of it, you can sell stuff, I believe, but you can't. Like
You
you can
can't
sell
make
the
money off the
product.
film itself. Like
Yeah,
I have DVDs for Jason, and while I can't sell the movie, what I do is you could get a movie by purchasing an autograph, and it'll
yeah.
be on the movie.
You sign the autograph of the directors. You get the director's
Yep.
autograph or whatever. Or you get an 8x10 poster signed, and hey, it comes with a movie. Coolio. Um, and you also got to give it to free to the public, but it opens it up to now this film can be seen, it can be shown. And I mean, at the end of the day, I think a lot of fan films are honestly fun because a lot of franchises you want to see go in a certain way, you think they should go in a certain way, and you never can do anything about it. And since because they're behind such paywalls, or some of them even get locked out, like Jason, you couldn't touch it.
Yeah,
You
they had a
know,
lawsuit for
yeah.
decades.
So with all that, it's like I love to see where people go with it. Someone just put out I think it was a Halloween one a couple of months ago, and I thought
Yep.
they would did a really decent job with it. Like I said, that Never Hike Alone in the Woods. I do now plan on seeing Jason in Indianapolis. I usually watch my horror movies at night, or early in the morning when I'm less distracted. As Vic could tell you, there's always either a kid or a wife in the picture running around. Um,
Same here.
but that's the life. I wouldn't change it, but it's kind of hard to watch a film that way. And at least, soak it in. I like to watch a film, soak it in, look for things. Like I said, a lot of Easter eggs. I love movies with Easter eggs and different things like that. Now, I'm guessing you were a fan of the original Friday the 13th franchise itself.
I'm a fan of all the original horror villain monsters. Yeah, it's not just one in particular. I'm a fan of all of them. I plan on making in the future. I have scripts now for each one of them guys, and Jason again, Michael Myers, Freddy. Uh, I'm not doing Saw or Scream, Chainsaw Massacre. I haven't decided on. I have a script for it, but I wrote a bunch of fan film scripts because
Don't
I
you know
needed.
a Leatherface, Vic? You know a Leatherface. You had him on your show one time. Your mic is muted.
I had him one time in the beginning. He told me if I talk about it, he'll kill me. That's why my mic was muted.
At least you follow direction.
So you got to.
It was like I can't even unmute you because it said you chose to mute yourself. I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's new. That's a new function. But no, I like that. But do you ever get like nervous that like people that the haters are gonna come out, the people that are gonna be like, you're killing the original or this or that? Does it ever like kind of come across your mind?
Oh, I've had it. I've had it many times. I choose to in Facebook on comments. I used to just go in there and delete them, delete the comments and under my post, and block them if they were too derogatory. Now, I don't even bother. I don't respond. I just leave the messages there. I'm strong, I'm strong and mentally strong enough. I got a good little fan base. I got good actresses and actors that are always returning back to do another project. So, with the haters, I just look at like let them hate because while they're sitting there at home on their phone, bored as freaking hell, typing out some dumbass message to try to hate on somebody, you know, and I don't know where I'm at. I could be sitting with Jeff Hardy at a wrestling show doing security, or I could be doing some photos with a band backstage, or I could be doing a movie, or I don't know. They're at home bored. I got stuff to do, and I'm doing stuff you can't pay for. You can't buy a ticket for it. So,
And that's the thing. I mean, as much as you want, you can say whatever you want. You can hate on whatever you want. But I mean, is there anybody else out there making a Jason film to any extent? It's like, well, no, not really. Well, let's see what you do. Here, here's a phone. Go get a costume, figure out some practical effects, and let me see what you can do with the idea. And then come back to me and let me see what you got. And it's like, maybe they'll do better. Maybe they won't. Most of the time, they don't know what to do. I remember Vic used to be like that as well. He would, someone would come on and say something, be like, well, then you come on and try to do a better job. People would come on and be like silent or make a mockery or not be able to do it. And it's like, it's very easy to think we can do these things. It's all in baby steps. I'm not at a feature length yet. I'm still making shorts, 2 to 8 minutes, because I know personally for myself, I'll get there. But right now, I'm still just playing around. I'm having fun. I don't do it for anything else but fun.
That's basically what I do it for. Right now, I mean, I'd like to break out and do other stuff and try to get paid for it because I like it. But it's not in the cards right now. I'm just having fun with it.
Yeah, I mean, if people want to buy T-shirts or something, I mean, like I said, I made a few short films that are just whatever. Eventually, I have some, I've been talking to people, because then you start to meet people. So, you get to collab and then you work on all this, and hopefully more will come from it. And I picked up a couple of small acting roles, just, for credit only.
Yep.
Because why not? I got nothing else to do. And to be honestly, personally, it's not all about the money. I'm not trying to make a living at making movies. Because if I wanted to do that, I would have done that 20 years ago. I'm a little bit old to start. I can get into it. Maybe I'll be successful. I know that there's many directors and people that didn't produce their, great films until they were older. But I don't look at it like that. I'm having fun. If it takes me, it takes me. Similar to what I did with YouTube, similar to what we do in podcasting, try to have fun with it. Once the fun's gone and you feel like it's a job, then it's just like, it's one more drag in life,
Exactly.
But no, I do appreciate, like I said, a good fan film and a good, like I said, seeing people's creativity, what they can do, how they can rewrite, how they can rework something and still make it fascinating. We know it's not going to live up to the original. It'll be very, very hard for any director right now to come in, and that's major remakes at that, and try to get that 80s feel in there. We've seen it happen many a times and it fails.
Yep.
But you can get close to the nostalgia. And sometimes the fan films or the independent people can get close to that nostalgia, honestly, than the Hollywood people. Because the Hollywood people got all this big budget in their head and they want all these ideas. And for the independent director, they've got this idea of a cool scene they want to see Michael Myers do, or freaking Freddy Krueger do, or something. And it's as simple as that. I would like to see Freddy do A, B, and C, and they just make it happen.
Yep, that's how they do it.
And like you said, you put together a good team. How does that happen? How do you like reach out to people? How do you find people to do your first film?
Indiana, here we have a bunch of groups on Facebook, like probably every other state does, and there's a ton of casting sites and actor sites. So I just made me a post one day and went in there and said, hey, I'm getting ready to make a movie. I don't know nothing about nothing. I don't know how to make a movie. We ain't got a budget. I got a camera. I got a script. and I need some actors. And after some hate and some you can't expect people to work for free, and you can't make a movie unless you got a permit, all this, you know, speed bumps that people were throwing in the way. I finally got a couple people that jumped in and say, hey, I've made this movie and I've done this. And so we just started talking, and after about 6 months I had a full cast, and I ended up adding a few more to it as time went down, and we got to first day of filming.
I mean, like anything in life, you know. I mean, I remember like like even in independent wrestling where we came from, you know, doing a lot of podcasting and working that there would be people that would be out there that would work for nothing or just work for, you know, experience.
I've worked many wrestling shows for free, many.
It happens, and people do it for the experience or because of the passion. And I believe that it's kind of the same with film. There's people out there that will do it for that IMDb credit or get, you know, a little exposure, or because it's fun. They enjoy acting. And at the end of the day, you know, it's hard to get another, you know, maybe they don't want to do the stress and of you know, having to freaking go audition for these high end roles. So they just take free roles or lower roles just because it's fun.
Yep.
And you know, yes, you need permits for certain things, but not for everything. I mean, speaking of wrestling, I mean, I ran a wrestling show in a cemetery. I didn't need any permit for that whatsoever. As long as nobody was injured, they didn't care. You know, I film all the time in different locations that require no permit. It just depends on what you're using. You know, if you're going to be shooting firearms or some kind of explosives, then yeah, obviously you need a permit. If you're going to go into, you know, certain buildings, yes, you need permits. But there's other places or other ways around things. And honestly, every producer, filmmaker, director, everybody has their like their own places or their own people they know that be like, hey, we don't need a permit because I know such and such that works here. Or I know such and such that owns this joint. Or, you know, I know Victor, he's got 20 acres of land. We can go film in his, you know, backyard a movie for days. And everybody's got that kind of, you know, little bit of I know who and I know this. And that's what they
Yep.
bring to the kind of party when you get a little crew. But it's kind of neat to see it all come together because, you know, a bunch of people that might have been strangers a week ago have all of a sudden putting together a piece of art. And I think all film is art, whether it's good, bad, whatever it is. It's a piece of art. It's somebody's you know, it's expression. It's somebody's expression of what they want to put out there. It's just, it's on video. It's on, you know, cinema.
That's how I look at it. I look at, like, you know, with my favorite person of making films and how they got into it with Steven Spielberg. So, you know, I always follow certain dynamics that he uses because it works, especially for someone like me that doesn't have the money. You know, his concept of how he started off works perfectly for me. So that's what I've been doing. And like you said, you have a team around you. I got a makeup team. I got 2 permanent locations I can film at, and about at least 10 different actors that I can call on. That, hey, I'm getting ready to do a new project. You want to jump in? And they're like, yeah. So it's always good to have that team because that team can also provide you with other things too.
Yeah, I mean, a team's a team. It's always easier to do things instead of doing things solo. And collabs, I think, are very beneficial in general. You know, and it's nice to have a bunch of people that believe in the same dream or believe in the same idea or want to see it come to fruition. You know, because let's face it, sometimes we feel like we're alone with these visions of things we want to see, but then eventually we run into someone who says, "Oh, that's cool, man. Oh, I want to see that. Like, I would dig that." And it's just like, "Oh, that's awesome," because I thought I was the only one that freaking even wanted to even think about that.
Right.
And that's how
Yep.
films get made. It's like, okay, hey, 2 people are talking. Well, let's put it to work. What else can we add? And, you know, this and that. And no, Steven Spielberg is great. And I mean, I used to love to watch, you know, a lot of like the behind the stuff on Star Wars and stuff because that first film, he did every tip, trick, and everything to save a buck on that he possibly could while making it, you know, a great film. The effects and everything were still at a period where it wasn't VFX. It was still very much he was using micros and micro explosions and blowing toys up and shit. You know, and this was kind of, to me, you know, as a kid and even as a, you know, an adult, young adult, I thought that was very interesting because, you know, you think of Hollywood, you think people are riding this, you know, riding cars through streets and stuff. You never think that it's actually just little miniatures and shit going on a little table somewhere and they're blowing things up and it's just not even that big of an explosion there. It's all microly done with just a very good lens. And it's just, it was very eye-opening to see kind of movies, how they were made, and it kind of got me into that kind of idea. Well, you know, I could do stuff, not on that scale, but I could do stuff on a much smaller scale, or things are possible.
That's true. Yep.
And I think that's one of the fun challenges of, you know, filmmaking and even indie filmmaking is what can we do with what we got? How can we take everything we got and utilize it to make it cool, special, or stick out? And it can be just silly stuff. But, you know, they'll turn bags into worms or snakes or a monster and do these crazy creative things that most people can't even think of. And it ends up being some kind of smash hit in front of the camera.
Yep. That's
You
true.
know, the magic of cinema is magical. I mean, what's in frame is only a piece of the little picture of what the rest of the disaster could look like.
That is true. Yep.
You know, and I think that's some of the fun of it is a little challenge even to oneself is, you know, if you do got a budget, how can I stay within? Or how can I save money? How can I show, you know, an investor or a producer that I can even save money so they can make money on it? And also just kind of, like I said, utilizing what you got. It's not always about going out and getting everything that you hear about. Sometimes it's things at home that you already have that you can just reinvent or reutilize, or things from other movies can be reused. And even Hollywood does that. They'll reuse sets, props, things. You know.
Yeah, for our next film, we got all kinds of little special effects we're going to use. It involves food and household items that we got to make some things look pretty gory that we've been playing with.
So I take it you use a lot of practical effects in your films?
Yeah.
I think that is the way to go, especially if you're playing with the slasher genre. Nobody wants to see a bunch of fake blood or fake kills. They want the gore,
That's
they
how
want the
Jason
splatter.
was, because it was our first one. The blood and everything else was, and we were a little bit rushed to get it done before the winter got here. So it was, for a first time film, it's bad, but it's also good, if that makes any sense. I'm
Oh, it
happy
makes
with it.
perfect sense. I mean,
The second film, though, it looks phenomenally better than our first one, and I'm hoping the third one we do that is going to be even better, because it's going to be in the same. It's original too. It's not a fan film. It's
the
an
third one's
original.
going to be an original film. So
Yes.
and that's, you know, that's going to be even into different territories. So now you can market and shop that a little differently.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And that's cool too. It goes to show that you can come up with original ideas because you don't, you know, obviously. I could just see the Facebook people now. All you do is just take other people's ideas and make films and stupid shit like that. Facebook can be a very negative place, I have to say. It can be a great place too. I've met a lot of great people on there and been inspired, but I've also seen just a lot of negativity and just stuff that's just maybe like, oh, why did I log in today?
Yeah.
Facebook's becoming a couple years ago X. With Twitter, you know how toxic Twitter got.
Yep.
Now Facebook's becoming the same way. It's getting worse.
That's true.
It's getting there in some aspect, but then that's why I just keep changing my circle or keeping it closer or just picking the right people. Sometimes it's just the right people. Like you said, the right team, having the right people around you, the right positive people, because a lot of it is positivity. You need a positive mindset to do any of these creative projects. Otherwise, it's going to be a lot of bumps in the road. You know, you want to be positive going into it. You want to think, even if you know things, the cards are stacked up, just still, you know, you're going in there to succeed.
Yep.
You know, you don't want to go in with crazy expectation, but you don't want to go in with no expectation either. You know, a little bit of confidence, there's nothing wrong with. I think that helps. You know, but like you said, it's a learning process. You've already seen, you know, the difference between your first and second film, and that's great to see. That means there's a learning done. If your first and second film look the same, then you could say, "Shit, I didn't learn anything."
Right.
You know, it's like, damn, I didn't progress. I didn't, you know, grow. But the fact that it even looks better and the blood is better and this is better and it's a little tighter and maybe the script's a little tight, everything's a little bit better, just goes to show the progress. And hey, I learned how to do this, I learned how to do that better. I mean, I remember my first short film wasn't even a short, it was like 20 minutes too long. Just kept rolling. I was like, ah. But I just took it as, you know what, I know how to do things and I know where now I'm gonna, you know, write my scripts a little bit differently because I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. I have ideas, I write them down, tried to write in script format. It came out okay, but you know, it was just me doing everything. You know, me as the cameraman, me with a tripod, me doing the sound later on, me editing. So it's like, where do I want to invest the time into? And I'm just like, well, I need to act, I need to get the film done, and then I need to edit it so the shots look proper. So I guess those two things. But you know, the next stuff I got coming up, I got a few people getting involved, and hopefully this weather gets better. That never helps. When the weather's like this, nobody wants to come out and play.
No.
You know, I would have loved to take out, you know, I have a 16mm lens. I would have loved to take it out and get some like really wide shots of the snow and shit. And I was just like, I was all motivated this morning. And I was like, I'm knee high in snow. I'm not even going out.
Right. I was out shoveling today and it was nasty as hell.
Yeah, it's not fun, especially as you get older. My kid loved it. He was having a blast, but me, not so much. You know, and it plays a part too. Like, you know, I was supposed to do a little role tomorrow in a film. It got pushed a week back just because of weather, and I'm sure that's going across the board everywhere. Everything's getting kind of delayed, so it slows life down a little bit. It's just like but we are in the Northeast. I mean, I mean, I'm used to it anyways. Out here in Mass. You said you're from what, Indianapolis?
Yes.
Yeah, not too far. Vic's up in Vermont. You're still in
y'all are
Vermont,
cold.
right? They haven't succeeded off South Vermont yet to their own state, Vic. Brattleboro hasn't done a complete takeover.
Brattleboro's fucking just annoying on his own.
You should go film a documentary, a real dark, deep, gloomy one down there. It's the life in Brattleboro.
I could.
Do like a 7-part docu-series like Vice used to do.
I thought you were coming down and do that for me.
I am. I'll come into your town. I don't care. I'm from Boston. You can't be scarier than Boston. It's just colder. But let me ask you, like your first film, what was some of the major challenges like doing it, making it? Did you run into a lot of issue? Was it kind of smooth sailing? What were your hard points and easy points?
Hard points was finding places to film. Easy points was filming it, really, honestly. That was the easy point, just getting there, shooting it, and getting it done. We didn't have long days, we didn't have long sets. It was pretty much in and out, only a couple different retakes, but for the most part, filming was the easiest. But trying to find certain locations like woods, because where I live at, everything around us is either a county park, a city park, or a state park, and anything else belongs to somebody. And so I put the feeler out in a couple of groups, and some guy was like, "Yeah, man, I got some woods out here right behind my house. I own like 10 acres. You're welcome to come out here and film." I was locked in, so I ended up filming two scenes out there, and then we filmed the rest of it right here in my neighborhood, just on the street and in the alleys. And you know, just I went down to my cousin, my sister-in-law, my kids' cousins, and did some work down there by their tree line and stuff while we were visiting. I was like, I can use this. Hey, I'm going out here and film a piece for this movie. And they're like, all right. I went out and filmed it, and so yeah.
Setting it all up, and again, the woods are key for some reason. Like I know, like I said, like Vic got some land out there, good wooded areas. I go out there, shoot a little couple of wood scenes if I needed to. Because you're right, most of it either belongs to somebody or it's just like
Now I got a
state park.
location for woods. It. I can film 50, 60 different spots in this place, and you'll never know it's the same woods. I found it a couple weeks ago. It's city owned, but it's not a park. It's a walking trail, and the woods are right off the walking trail. Goes down to the river. So I was like, "Hey, do I need a permit to film back here?" And they're like, "Not if you don't disturb the land." I'm like, "Bet I ain't gonna be no disturbing of no land. I got you." So
Yeah,
that's
I
gonna be
mean,
in our next
honestly,
movie.
the only trouble I've ever gone into is once in a while the police will show up and be like, "Is everything okay?" Because somebody said that the noise level was too loud, and I'm like, "Yeah, we're filming a film." One time I was like, "Yeah, we're pro wrestling." They're like, "As long as no one's getting killed, okay."
Yeah, when I had
And like I
my
said, it's just no, there's no explosions, there's no fireworks, there's no there's no high chase scenes. It's just very melodrama or people having an argument, and
well, we
somebody will
were
think it's real. The neighbors will think it's real or
they
something.
did. The neighbors thought mine was real. We was filming a scene for Jason, the opening scene back here, and a girl was. It was 10 o'clock at night. It was real dark. She was running down the alley, screaming her head off, while Jason was chasing her. Then when the kill scene come up, she was screaming more loud. By 10 minutes later, we're all in my backyard talking, having a cigarette, just going through the footage. Police showed up. They're like, "Hey, y'all need to come out here with your hands up. I have the Jason mask in my hand, and I'm holding the machete." And he goes, "Hey, sir," and he put his hand there. He goes, "Put that." I was like, "Hey, we're just making a movie, man. We're all making a movie. Hold on, let me put this down. Let me put this down. Look, we just made a movie. What are y'all filming?" I told him. He goes, "Oh no, shit. Can we finish? Can we watch?" I'm like, "Yeah, we got one more scene. I got to walk down the alley over here, but yeah, you can watch." They stood there, blocked the alley off for us while we filmed and watched it all. And they came up and said, "Hey, thanks. Can I get a picture with Jason?" I'm like, "Yeah, let me put the mask on." Took some pictures with the cops, and they walked off.
I would ask if we could use your car for a scene. Have the cops show up.
They,
You want to be
yeah,
killed on cam?
I did ask about that one. I was gonna, because there's a cop scene in Jason where the cop pulls up, shoots Jason in the chest, and Jason gets up and kills him. The cops can't use their police cars because the logo's on it and the city stuff's on it, and unless I'm gonna pay the city, they ain't gonna let me use it. So I found a security guard that had the same like type of emblem, same car, type of uniform. He was a security guard, had lights and sirens on his car. He showed up and we did the scene and just kind of kept the angles right so you can't see the logos or
They
anything.
won't
And
let they won't let you cover the logo up with something like another
mm-mm,
logo or anything. No,
nope.
and
Any
they
day.
won't let you re-edit it out either, huh?
They said it, and I had to pay like 500 to use the car in the background. 1,000 if I wanted an officer to be in the scene, if the officer was willing to do the scene. And it's only because liability of the car, if something happened to the car or the officer slipped and fell and hurt himself, things like that. There was all kinds
And
of little
plus
stupid
and
shit.
plus everybody is in uniform. The uniform is a legit uniform.
Yep.
And they're legit officers. I could see that. It's not like you hired a friend and got a car and rigged it as a cop car.
Yeah.
But then you get in trouble anyways. If you make a car from scratch into a cop car, you're gonna get busted with it.
Unless you're Hollywood, then you can get away with it.
Well, yeah. That's why whenever I see cop pull up to a house or somewhere, I just start filming that shit. So I'm like, you know what? That's free footage someday down the line. I'll say they showed up, blur it out, edit out everything, and just use it into a scene. Use it as the ending. The cops showed up. There's the end of the movie.
I did that a lot when they had the cops out here for Jason. When they had the cops out here, I'd go up by the cop car and I'd take the camera and I just film the lights, just the lights, and then I'd bounce off and off the side of a building so you can get the light flashing off and up the building. So I got all that. That's in Jason too. I found a lot of footage like that. Just something small you never know that you're going to use and be like, man, I need a cop scene. I need to put this in. I need flashing lights. That shows the
Yeah, because
cops.
it's just little things that can be used like that, which you don't even need to see a car or a cop. The people will know the cops are involved, and that's all
Yep.
you just need for the movie.
Just them lights is good enough. Now I got lights that do that, so I ain't even got to have a car. I just set them on the ground and let them flash against the building.
And just take the photo and take the
Yep.
video. It looks like the car's sitting there.
Then throw in the
And that's
police sound later.
That's the innovation of making movies and learning these tricks of the trade. And it's like, you know what? I just saved myself $500 on a cop car.
Exactly. And then with like
Wow.
some of the kill scenes, I never showed the actual penetration of the machete or the
No, you
actual
don't have to.
slicing. I showed it where from the behind where he slashes somebody and they fall. But I've got ideas for the new movie that I'm working on. I got new concepts to make it a little bit more gory, a little bit more bloodier. You can actually see something in the skin, the wounds. I'm getting more. We're moving forward. I got a makeup artist that does
It
prosthetic
plays a little
stuff.
bit more with the blood and the gore.
Yeah,
No, I like it, but I'm also a fan of the less is more. Like, I mean,
yep,
not for
less is
nothing.
more.
If you see a knife going towards someone's neck, you know it's going in. They're not going to stop shy. It's an end scene. You don't always got to show this. You don't always have to show the penetration. You don't always got to show the cuts. We know what's going to happen. We figure it out. You know, sometimes it's like I said, it's easier to do from the blood. It's easier to do in even like gun scenes. Sometimes you don't need to do the gunshot. This way now you can get away with the totally rubber gun. You don't need to do anything because you're
Our
not
gun
seeing anything.
shoots. Our gun shoots and has fire muzzle. And Jason, you could see it pop out.
We
It
had a
was.
starter pistol for a while, but then you need a permit to use it every time. Before you didn't. It was for
Yeah.
like racing, but now they want a permit every time because it shoots the blanks. And it
I
makes
put the sound in afterwards though, because that was all special effects on the gun. He just came out like this and did it twice, and then we
Yeah.
special effects everything else, so there wasn't no. Because when they
the muzzle
said,
flash and everything.
yeah, they was like, this is regular business hours, so if you fire any type of fake gun that makes a sound, you're gonna have to have a permit. And I'm like, because I had the cops there that day at the warehouse where we filmed that, and he was like, yeah. I was like, all right, man. Hey, when you pull your gun out, just act like you shoot me, and that's what we did. And my editor, he turned it out and made it look good.
Yeah, you can. I mean, that's the one thing you can do. You can change that, and honestly, that's the one part of the movie where I don't mind a little VFX because we've seen a lot of tragedies happen with guns on sets in life in general.
Boy,
You know, for
yes, we
people like
have.
Brandon Lee to that latest incident there, it's just it happens. I could see it happening even more in the independent movie circuit. Nobody wants to be the person that does it. Nobody wants to get shot.
Nope.
Just be safe. And like I said, I mean, I use props, and it's just like whatever. Like you said, I don't even. I had to make. I needed it for one scene, and I was like, on certain props, they still make you like have the orange rings. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to show the ring in the video, so I was like, I'll start the scene with the gun right up to me. This way, you don't see this.
Yeah.
I'm going to fade to black. Then you're going to hear the gunshot. This way, you don't see anything. Then you're just going to see me drop. Now you don't see anything else. You don't see the splatter. It saved me a lot of time because it was for the ending of one of my short films. I was like, how am I going to end this? I got all these ideas written down, but I don't have at this time, I don't have a blood FX artist. I don't have anything going on right now. This is what I got. So I was like, okay, let me try to do as much off the camera, but on the camera at the same time that I can, and that's what I came up with, and it worked. It worked for what I needed, and if I ever needed to go back, I could refilm that ending and just throw it in there, and it would work just fine. But for what it did, it also passed all the YouTube safeguards, which is important too, because YouTube only has a certain amount of level of violence and gore they'll allow before they're like, you can't put your video up here.
Yep.
Then you got to go to like Vimeo, and then if not there, you got to just put it on your own website. But it's like YouTube still has its standards too. You got to kind of follow when you're making video, if you're making it for that point. I wasn't that particular film. I wanted it to go on YouTube, so I kind of also had to downplay the gore scenes. But no, like I said, I think it's interesting. The FX is interesting. You know, playing around with it. I did a lot with over the Halloween time, making like a lot of I don't know, like found bones, fake old bones, gory bones, bones with still skin and flesh attached. Just made a whole bunch of them for like a scene outside of my house for when like everybody walks by, all the kids walk to school. And I just had fun doing that. And I ended up using a bunch of that stuff for like some of my short films because it looked good. But I'm big into all that. Like, you know, I like that kind of aspect of the film scene too. Like you said, you're getting into like also the you know, the lacerations and the cuts, and like that's an art in itself because you're making layers upon layers of makeup and you're making it look real. You know, you're cutting, but it's not really your flesh, but you got to make it look like it is, and you know, it's an art to that too.
Yep.
You know, even everything, it's all an art how you do it, and you know, like I said, your first time you do these things, it might look really shitty. You know, these cuts might look fake. You might see blood before the blade hit the body. All these little things happen, but then like eventually you get it down pat and everything just looks smooth and the lighting's right. It's like, damn, that looks good. Okay, good. We're there.
Yep. That's how I feel about it.
But no, I am excited. And let me ask you now, you said you did a film on Georgie. What was the premise of that? How did you I mean, obviously we see Georgie die like in the first 5 minutes of all the
Yes.
So did you go back with Georgie like prior to in his life? Did you go
No.
what happened to him down the drain?
Without giving the movie away because it ain't out yet.
Yeah, give it away.
Let's just say that during a paranormal research ritual, trying to contact the dead, Dr. Ross, which is one of our lead characters in the film, he decides to try to reach out to somebody, and he wanted to reach out to use something physical from that person to reach out to him. And after some debate, he realized that his Aunt Beverly just happens to have something from a tragic event that happened to her as a kid. So she brought over 2 silver earrings and gave them to him. And with their little research and ritual, they were able to conjure Georgie back from the dead. And according to Georgie, he's not clowning around and he's ready to make you float. So
that sounds awesome. It sounds like you took in multi genres and multi kind of films, tied them together in a way that is really unique. I like that idea.
That's what our goal is for like our 5th or 6th movie, is a movie called The Institute, bringing all of my movies that are paranormal and a little bit more oddball and off the tracks, that people would not know who to call at the police station if they seen this. Kind of like an X-Files group.
Yeah.
And so with all my movies, they'll have a tie-in to something that they will be interested in to investigate it or look into it or give their advice on it. So that way, when I tell that movie, you've already established these characters. You already know who they are because you've seen them before. And it also keeps the genre of keeping my past films still alive by telling something of those films in the next film. Like in Georgie, our reporter, Lynn Parker, mentions it's just been 1 year ago today that we just had the Jason watch here in Indianapolis, and it looks like our city is once again at another tragic event with a boy named Georgie. So,
Kind of like Final Destination 2, where it's been like 1 year since Flight 187. It's like they
yep,
tie it back into the old. It's like, oh, wait a minute. And
yep,
even if someone didn't know, they're going to be like, oh, what was that year ago with Jason? And they'll look you up. They'll be like, wait, oh, there's a movie called Jason in Indianapolis. Let me check that film out. It's a good way to get people to watch your old stuff too if they haven't. And it's a good way for the people to get a nod that have.
and like with like I have certain stuff up here, like from the movie, like this right here.
Yep.
So this was in the movie. We used this in the film, and so like in the when we do the institute, they'll have this in a glass case, and they'll be like, "Yeah, this is something we recovered. We were able to find this, and we were able to find one of these right here. It was all busted up, so we kept it, and this is paranormal. There's
Almost like
paranormal
an
stuff in there.
SCP Foundation coming through these case files, looking at them and being like, these are all
Yes,
like cursed or haunted items. We're going to take these into confiscation, keep
yes,
them safe,
exactly.
keep people safe. No, I
Kind of like
like
the
that.
Conjuring. We got our own little
Yeah.
safety vault.
Yeah, I like that. Like I said, the people that have seen all your films, by the time you get to the institution, will be able to pick out all these kind of little obscure items that have been throughout these films. Be like, oh, that was there, that was there, that was there.
Mm-hmm. Like we got, like I said, I got two originals that I'm deciding on what to play with, and then I'm making two shorts in the spring. I'm doing uh two small horror shorts. One's about a Jack in the Box, and the other is about a female vampire.
Ooh,
And then
very
we'll do
nice.
our full length film at the end of the year.
You got a busy year coming up. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
You look forward to seeing what you do. I am gonna watch your films. The first one that you have out, I'm guessing it's on YouTube.
Yes.
And then you did say the other one will be up. Do you have a time frame when Georgie will be released?
We're hoping we'll put it out sometime in February. Right now, we're dropping the trailers every. I think he said every Sunday or every Monday we'll drop a new trailer, and I think we have two more trailers to go. And so I say 3, maybe 4 weeks. Georgie will be out.
Now's the time to do it. You got to ride that Derry train. They do. That
Yep.
show did it phenomenally well for being, first of all, someone that wasn't Stephen King that made it, but B, tying things in and making a universe way bigger.
Well,
Really
it was
showing
bigger.
the length of it.
I'm a Stephen King aficionado. I have dived into his stories. I wrote a thesis on it in college. So what Derry is doing what I did. They found all the niches and they're tying them all in together, which is basically true, and it all comes back to the Dark Tower. But because of Derry, it's based on that one particular part. And like if you read the Dark Tower books and you've read
When I was in high
every
school,
other
I
story
did.
by Stephen King, and that small little sentence that'll tie you into the Dark Tower or to this book or to that book brings you all back to, like I said, the Dark Tower. And they're doing phenomenal with it. I mean, I watched it. I was like, because I knew Stephen had a hand in it, but he didn't.
Well,
And
all his
I'm
books were somewhat connected. Like even I think
yes,
one of the characters was like I remember reading, and I never. I mean, I've read a few of the books, but mostly the movies. But like the movies don't do justices. Like
no, they don't.
I was reading, there was a crossover in the book Needful Things with the character.
All those
Um,
characters are in every book of Castle Rock and Derry and Bangor and Maine stories. 13 of
yeah,
them.
and I mean, personally, I'm living in the Storm film right now. It feels like Storm of the Century. But
Right?
as soon as I seen that snowfall, I'm like, I'm waiting for that guy to come to my door. But no, I like that too, though, and that reminds me kind of what you're doing. There, you're taking everything, you're putting it all together, you're piecing it, making it a universe, and Stephen King did a really good job at doing that with his literary work, and I think it transcended okay into film, not the justice it deserved. I think Gary kind of put it the perspective into it. But there's a lot of other films that could go back and tie themselves back into it if they really wanted to. But again, we're talking about a huge universe.
Yep.
But
That's
then
what I
it's
plan to
also-
do with mine, because now
And I
I'm going to
like
be
that.
working on everything from this point forward till I move to Alabama in a few years is all original. There's no more tribute films from at least until 2028. And then I plan on bringing Jason back to Alabama. I plan on bringing Michael Myers back. I plan on bringing Michael Myers and Jason together. So, yeah, I've got some concepts in the future. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with Freddy Krueger due to the fact that I don't have the voice for Freddy, and that's why I played Jason, and I can play Michael because I don't have to talk. I can just do their movements. With Freddy, you have to have some voice. You got to
You
have
need
some
one
snap
line as a
on.
voice. Yeah, you need some character there.
Yeah, so I'm gonna find me somebody that can do that voice, and then I might do something with Freddy. But nothing in any time in the future for tributes. It's all original.
No, definitely. But I mean, I think it's a good place to start too. It got you in a realm that, hey, I know how to make a film now. I can make a film. Now I can do my own films, and here we
Yep.
go. And I think that's a good place to be.
Yeah,
Some people would say, "Nah, why do the tribute films? Why do this?" Like, well, because even if it never meant to mean anything, and it was just a fun project, and it turned into something way more, then it was a fun project that turned into something way more.
plus you get your feet wet and doing things. You get to learn from your mistakes for the next thing, and at least with doing something fan filmed, you don't have to worry about nobody coming and biting you in the ass and saying, "Hey man, take that down. That's stupid. That's retarded. You fucked our film up." You don't have to worry about that because it's exactly what it is, a fan film. You know, I didn't do anything wrong.
Most people aren't gonna have high expectations anyway.
No.
They'll be like, this film's gonna suck. Some
Yep.
dude in his basement with the Freddy mask, fucking playing Freddy. It's gonna be garbage, and it might not be, but that's just the mindset people have. So they'll just watch it, and if it's better than what they expected, then it's good. If it's worse, then well, it's really a bad film.
That's what
But-
most of the reviews on Jason was the special effects could have been better, you know, and some of the blood scenes and some of the kill scenes. But other than that, overall, people say they've liked it. So
you
that's
should
all
be
that
like,
matters.
you should have been like, you should have seen our original cut before they made us edit it. It was brutal. But then they made
Boy.
us edit it down to nothing. That's what
Right.
happened to the real Jason. They muted those movies beyond belief.
Yep.
But now we got movies like Terrifier out there where they just do whatever the freak they want.
Boy. Yeah, I know them guys too. I know the guy that plays Art, and I know the director. I've worked with them
Damon's
a couple
a good
times.
guy, and I like Thornton too. I like both of them, and I like the producer there, Levy. I think he did a really good job with Stream, and he did a Leprechaun film recently that I thought did very well, bringing Ozzy back and Mark there, and throwing some tribute back to an older film. Which again, I have no problem with tributes or even remakes. It's just some of the remakes. It depends who's involved. I
Yep.
like when there's a remake and the original director, the original cinematographer's involved. Like you could tell, when they remade Texas Chainsaw in 2003, that it had some of the original feel to it. That the original cinematographer was on both. Toby might have not been on both, but he was there, and you could see some of the work kind of throw in there, and some of the long shots and everything. It looked and felt similar. When you have the same director or the same team kind of put these films out there, you do get that. Sometimes a new director has a different approach, and sometimes it's just way far off. There's been some, remakes, and I'm just like, I wish they didn't do that. I don't consider that to be really, canon in my book. But I mean, what are you gonna do when it gets to the Hollywood line? It's like they own the rights to that franchise at the point they get to do the remake, so they can do whatever the hell they want with it.
Yep.
And it's
that's
almost
where it
like
goes
a
to
personal
hell.
playground. It's a personal playground.
It is.
I mean, at some point, Rob Zombie was able to do whatever he wanted with Halloween. Jason Blum was able to do whatever he wanted to do with Halloween. You know, but you just take him. Either you like him, you don't like him. I don't think certain films destroy franchises. I just don't watch them. I watch the movies of a franchise that I do like. Some people are like, "Oh my god, they killed the whole thing." It's like, no, they just omit the movie. It's fine.
Yeah.
But we're just about out of time for our episode. Let me ask you, where can folks find all of the info if they want to learn more about you, see your films, what you're doing, what you're up to, and all of that great stuff?
The easiest way, you can search me. Schmucker Productions. That's SCHMUCKER Productions. Google it, Bing it. For my movies, it's the same. Just go to the website. There is a list. The menu's pretty easy to read, and there should be movies in my list on my website, or you can just type it in, Jason in Indianapolis, and the YouTube video will pop up in Google. And other than that, you can search my name too, Samuel Schmucker.
Great, great. Thank you, Samuel. Thank you for
No
joining us
problem.
tonight. I
I
hope you
appreciate it.
have
Thank
a
you.
great night. We're gonna check out. I know I definitely will, and I know Vic will too. Vic does watch horror, especially the movies I tell him. But I'm gonna go in tonight and actually watch one of your. I'm gonna watch your film on YouTube. I do want to see how it comes out. And I do look forward to Georgie because I'm a fan of that whole franchise. And then I really want to honestly. Now I'm really intrigued to see what you do from your own mind, and like you said, that kind of almost collector kind of, all the stories intertwine. That intrigues me. I'm a fan of anthology. I'm a fan of movies connecting. So keep doing what you're doing out there, man. It's awesome. We appreciate you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That means a lot.
Thank you, everybody at home. That was our first hour. First hour is done in the books. I have to say though, I like to start our hour talking horror. I feel already better, Vic. I was angry coming on the first hour out in the snow, miserable, cold, and talking out for an hour, horror. It was awesome. Talking to another director, talking to another person that makes movies, talking to someone that uses their phone. That again reminds you that you don't need this, $10,000 setup. You can do things with a phone and a mind and a brain.
Yeah. What am I supposed to say? Say no, Vasasi, you're wrong. You're drunk. You're crazy for saying that. Of course, you're right.
Saying what?
About this, all it takes is a phone and a brain.
Well, it's true. We have these devices now that if you set your phone up properly, right, you film it in log. You can film it in the highest grade possible that mirrors some of the best cameras out there, and the audio can be just as Dolby Vision, everything. You can do it from the power of your phone. Is it easier to edit? No, but you can. You run into more restriction. I mean, obviously, memory restriction being one of them. Like I said, I think if I put my phone in log at its highest settings, at my 250 gigabyte phone, I can do 4 minutes of film at a time. And then I have to wipe my memory.
Yeah, that sucks. We have to remember like that. That
Well,
sucks.
it's that big. That's how big the files are. So 4 minutes is 250 gigabytes, which it's crazy to work with. But once it's graded, goddamn will it look good. It'll be dynamic, high range, fucking beautiful, amazing quality. But I'll be right back. I gotta get a drink. Like I said, I walked in the house, I seen your message, I'm late. I'm like, I looked at that time, I'm late. I'm like, Jesus, I'm late. I was stuck on a hill. Somebody came to plow the house. I had to move the car, and then I went around the block, and then I got stuck. My car wouldn't go any further up the hill. I had to get on a fucking push. And then I said, fuck this. I just floored the shit.
Winter time in Vermont or in Massachusetts.
Yeah, but normally I don't partake. Normally I don't partake, or if I do, I don't know. it wasn't this bad when we were younger. I know it was the same weather, but it didn't feel as bad. First of all, I mean, when we were fucking young kids and shit, snow was fun.
We got 16 inches here.
Yeah, we got about that. But I'm saying when we were kids, this would be fun. We'd be out there playing. We'd be running, jumping, flipping, fucking hopping. My kid was out there doing all sorts of shit.
Life is
I
no
could barely
game.
walk through this shit.
Life is no game.
Can be. Didn't you see
Two
the
boys.
poster I made of us from fucking Funny Games? It's a good movie. You should watch that movie. These two guys go on a fucking murdering spree in a rich town, like rich little boathouse town. They send one guy goes in for eggs like several times. He keeps dropping them, and finally they just kill everybody in the house. Kid, wife, everybody dies in 24 hours, and then they go on to the next rich house, and they do it all over again. Crazy movie, and then they remade the movie. But this is the one of the movies that I agree that is done right. The director remade it himself, so it was the same director, and almost shot for shot. But I think I found a movie, Vic. I'm going to talk about it when I come back. That it might get to you. This one might be the one that says, fuck you. I'm never watching these kinds of films again.
Oh, I love talking
It was
like
disturbing.
that. This is Project Unknown.
The floor is melting slow like the thousand whispers.
The residents along the West River are talking again tonight about what they call the Phantom Train. Witnesses in Jamaica and Townsend say they saw the outline of an old steam engine rolling across the trestle.
Reports of a ghostly woman at Weatherhead Hollow Bridge have some Vermonters looking over their shoulders tonight. WCNA's Elena Price is live in Guilford with the story.
Nothing's what it seems in this fever dream. The clock spins back.
Crazy world we live in. Definitely crazy world we live in. Fucking Jesus Christ. See, people don't understand. People don't get it. People do not get it. But I have this solution for Minnesota. I have the solution. It's simple. If Versace comes back, I'll let everyone know. What is Minnesota's problem? I know exactly what it is. And if this was happening in Minnesota, all this stuff you've been hearing in the news wouldn't happen. It wouldn't. It'd be beautiful. Everything would be clean. The water would be drinkable. The women would be hot. But no. Nope, 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 nope. We will figure everything out when Versace gets back. This movie that he says he had for me, what the hell is he talking about? I don't know what he's talking about. I don't. Okay, what's my checklist for today? What do I have to do? I have to go do some invites. I say I invites. Yeah. Anyone wants to come on Project Unknown, shoot me a message. We'll get you on. Fucking Twitch is fucking beautiful these days. Over 1,000 subscribers on Twitch. Jesus Christ. People are awesome. Some people, there are some smart people out there still.
No, I tell you, you know, again, I don't know why I do it to myself, Vic, but, you know, I go through these things. and I see the same guy wears a little hat, and he goes, "Oh, this is the most disturbing film I ever seen." And most of them I own. And one I watched the other day, like I said, it was called Playground, and I thought it was disturbing because kids killing kids, right? It's disturbing to see a little kid get killed, but it's even more disturbing when kids kill kids
Yep.
because
Nope.
it just looks wrong and it feels
Nope.
wrong.
Nope.
But it
Nope.
was
Nope. 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 That goes against my Bible. Nope.
But again, the way that this movie that we saw was filmed, they made sure that the kill was done very long shot and wide. So you saw it from afar. You couldn't hear what was going on. You saw the motions of what was going on, but you couldn't see blood. You couldn't see anything else. You just, as if you were, a mile away seeing somebody get killed. And that's what it looked like. And so it was bleak. It was a bleak ending. And it shows the morals and of everything. But I think last night's movie was even worse. It's called Cruel Summer, and if you look into it, it's based on a true case out of, I think, England. And basically, the movie's about this guy. He's just been dumped. He has a good friend that's a girl. Girl starts fucking around with him,
I am listening. Keep on.
and the girl goes, yeah, she wasn't good for you. She was fucking around with everybody. She even fucked with the mental kid down the street. And there's this, kid that has autism that lives in the neighborhood. And it starts off with him going camping. And he never slept with her, but this girl lied about it, and this kid just flips out over it. And he gets this plan that he's going to teach this kid a lesson. And they end up getting another friend, and he lies to the friend and says, hey, there's this pedophile in the woods. He's raped a little girl. He's going to do it again. We need to teach him a lesson. And the other girl's like, yeah, they figure they're going to teach him a lesson. In any which way, it gets into basically they go down and they murder this autistic kid. He's, not a kid. He's probably in his, teens or 20s. And, they brutally murder him with no remorse. One of them, one kid gets away and doesn't have any part of it, that last one. The girl, stops, and they all turn themselves in at some point in real life, and they end up in jail. But it was just, again, a brutally bleak movie that, you got to remember that in this world, innocence is not protected as much as we think it is. And I think that's what American cinema does, or even, these happy ending movies. They show that, the kid with autism isn't going to get brutally butchered and murdered. But yet here we are now, and, he did. And this was a true story. Again, this happened in England. It was a little bit different of the details, but, basically the same thing, They went out and the prank went too far, and they ended up killing this person. And because of the nature of doing so, they used Siths, like Reaper Siths, and freaking attacked him while he was in the tent. And they show all that in the movie. And it's even more, I think, it's not disturbing in the fact that it's kids, but it's more disturbing in the fact that they show the actual cuts and you hear the dude scream and shit. But again, it makes you think of people that are mentally challenged or lesser, have issue or whatever it is, and people that, you have autistic children, for instance. Like, how do you protect them from the world? You can see the parents in this film, and it's really hard to watch. That's the hardest part, I think, to watch, is the parents engage with this kid. Because from the beginning it's based on a true story that this dude is going to die. Because that's what happened in the case. But when you see the parents involved and they're talking to him and just, how proud of them they are because he's done, he's made to the next level of whatever he was doing in the his survival fit training or whatever for the camping. And so, he's just he likes to go camping. He had nothing to do with anything, And this girl just casually threw a rumor out there just to make this other dude feel bad, not knowing that he was going to go out and murder him. But again, I thought it was kind of a hard watch just because, like I said, I watched it thinking of the people that I know that have autism or that have special needs or that are a little bit slower. And it's like, shit, they could easily get thrown in under the bus for something. And somebody hot-headed could really fuck them up for no reason. Because that is the world we live in. But, like I said, these people tell me to watch these fucked up movies at night. I'll be happy tonight. I can watch a fucking good Jason fan film. What do you say, Jason in Indianapolis? I think I seen a porn movie called that once. Is that what you're watching now? Might be.
I would.
Rumor has it, Victor, while you were gone, which welcome back because you were on Horror Nights, that you masturbate 16 to 20 times a day. And I just want to say to you, kudos, man, because I mean, I'm a couple of years younger than you, and 1 or 2 tops, maybe 3, but I mean, come on, 18 to 20. I mean, that's a fucking libido and a half.
Your grip must be fucking like, someone shakes your hand, you're just like, Jesus Christ, you're press your hand.
Your dick must have looked like it went through Amanda's cheese grater at the end of the day, like a fight with Tyson. It must be beat up.
And man, your junk has to be so sore after that.
And then you do it again the next day. That's the crazy part of it. Like Bengay on it. How do you fucking ease the pain through the night?
Yeah.
Well, that was some of the rumors they were saying. Besides the rumor that you were just talking royal shit about me, there was also the rumor that you just overly masturbate. You're a sex fiend. I don't know. You own your own island that have legally aged women there that just do whatever you want them to do for grocery money. And this is some of the rumors I heard. They come to this island to make grocery money or dinner money, and they do just absurd acts for the one and only Victor Sin.
My son's making me do his reading homework.
You're doing homework for your kid? You should charge him. And doesn't he know ChatGPT can do that?
I would think so, but oh, Jesus Christ, dude.
How the hell do you have time to jerk off 20 times in between doing homework? See, that's multitasking, folks. I wish I could be like Victor Sin when I grow up. I really do. I mean, I could do some things, but shit, I can't do those kind of magic tricks. No siree. Anybody on here watching? Michael was on here watching. We like Michael. Yo, what's up? Yo, what's up? What it is? What's going on Facebook? Randy Carver invited me to an event. Randy Carver just invited me to an event. Bissell Brothers Bash, Friday, March 27th in Portland, Maine, with Cruel. The Mega Powers reunite. But I mean, Cruel's not MJF.
Yeah, it's a big downgrade between MJF and Cruel.
Why did he invite me to this event? He didn't invite me to the last event. I just showed up.
I don't know.
I like it. That guy was, I think that guy was a wrestler. He said he wrestled many times for free. He must be an indie wrestler too. At some point, most indie wrestlers realize that wrestling ain't it, and then they get into horror, man. Because if you can wrestle, you can act. That's the thing. If you can do a wrestling match and you can play a character in wrestling, you can act. I hate to say it, and I know that they hate it to be called it, but at the end of the day, wrestling is really, really, really aggressive theater. That's it. It's theater and athletics combined.
Wrestling is fake fighting. People need to remember.
But no, it's more than fake fighting. Fake fighting would just be like a stuntman.
Oh, it's fake fighting. People need to someone needs to take professional wrestling, especially the independent wrestling scene, treat it like a little boy, sit it down and say like, look, son, this is the way it is. You are
No, but
fake
no, I
fighting.
don't mean that part of it. I'm just saying I understand there's that part, but if you just had just that, it would be like a movie with fucking, special, people coming in stunt fighting. It ain't just that. The other part of it is why I say, you have to have the acting. It's because it is like there. You need that drama. You need those freaking characters. You need the people to gain heat and do all these different things because that's what draws you in. The fight itself ain't drawing you in. A move here or there is gonna make you go woo, but it ain't gonna make you come back. You come back because you want to see somebody's ass get kicked.
I mean, someone needs to take fucking professional wrestling, take it behind the woodshed, and fucking take a switch to it.
Indie wrestling is, I don't know, it feels different nowadays. It doesn't feel as indie as it used to.
Indie wrestling had a nice little boom, and now that the boom's over, they're trying to make it sound like the boom's still there, and the boom's not there. It's not.
But with anything in life, Vic, there's always a boom and bust. Right now, maybe it's the bust era. I don't know. I mean, you got Royal Rumble going to Saudi. I got fucking this kid, Michael, hit me up and says, hey, look. And he shows me his plane ticket for fucking WrestleMania in Saudi next year. And I'm just like, what? Are you shitting me? He's like, yep, I'm definitely going. I bought the airline ticket. And I'm like, dude, it's like, dude, you didn't even buy the Limitless ticket to day of. Why the fuck are you buying airline tickets to an event in 2 years?
Yes. Yes, Michael.
And that couldn't have been cheap.
Okay, good night, buddy. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
It couldn't have been cheap.
Oh, shit. Didn't know my mic was on. I'm sorry. Who are we talking about, Mike?
Yeah, he called me up and he sent me a text. He showed me
Mike's
the
fucking-
invoice and he bought a fucking flight to Saudi Arabia for the WrestleMania next year.
And I would say I would like to see the email confirmation to confirm this.
Oh no, he showed me all that. Like he bought it all. And
Fucking
he's like,
why is he going to fucking Saudi? It's not just the airline trip. You have to get some vaccinations and shit like that when you go over there.
Yeah, but now I'm just thinking like, dude, here's a kid that didn't even buy Rumble tickets to the day of. He doesn't buy tickets to the day of. He's already bought a plane ticket. Like shit.
What is he gonna expect? Go to Saudi and be like, does he have a passport?
I don't even know. First of all, if Sami Zayn wouldn't go to Saudi, I don't know why he's going to Saudi.
Because he's a mark.
Yeah, but listen, we're all at some point we're all a little bit of a mark.
But there's marks that just takes it to the next level of like fucking common sense and fucking safety.
I mean, I got a whole fucking dresser in the other room with T-shirts that say I'm
Yeah,
a
but you
fucking
can
mark.
fly to Saudi for it. For
No,
what? A WrestleMania?
the furthest I go, my friend, is Jersey. Okay, Jersey.
This is what's sad because the WWE sold the American people out to bring WrestleMania, an American, probably as big as the 4th of July. Some people.
No, I wouldn't say it's the 4th of July. I would say it's the non-football fans or the kids that weren't jocks fucking Super Bowl, and that's what it was back in the day. It was the WrestleMania. It was larger than life. It was the largest spectacle in the world.
An American sport. And
Yeah,
what are
it
you
was an
doing?
American tradition.
And what are you doing? You bring to Saudi Arabia, and then you have fans that goes, "Oh, I'll go to Saudi."
Well, I don't think that.
Guy can't fucking spend the night outside of fucking his own house. And he's
Yeah,
gonna
no,
be
he didn't want to go
Saudi.
to he didn't want to go to the dual fucking night in the convention in the harbor. Made us drive all in one night.
It's just like, what the?
But that's WWE mark and fandom. You are right about that. Me personally, though, I Jersey's the furthest. I will go for wrestling. I'm not going to drive any further for wrestling.
Like,
Unless
come
I was-
on, puppy. Come on, puppy. Come on, Saudi. Come on, some Triple H, Papa H. What's your Saudi? Come on, Sonny. Come on, Micah.
Unless it was something that I was already going to, or was something else going on. I mean, back in the day, yeah, I was dying to go to Chicago and go to these places, but now it's like, if I'm gonna go to any of these, I'd rather just go to a horror con because I know what I'm getting into. I know what it's gonna be, and these are the people I'm gonna see. And that's just the world I'm in. If WrestleMania came to Boston again, I don't even know if I would go to that again. It's not like 99 or 98 or whatever when it was reasonable.
Fucking guys, go to fucking Houston, Dallas.
You know, I went to Survivor Series in 1993. I sat third row. I think we paid $200 for those seats. Like, it, you know, I saw a great video and great show, but I mean, I'll never get close to that again for an event. And even if I do, if you get on the floor, but you're not in the first 4 or 5, you're not seeing. I mean, we saw that when I went to even in the Coliseum, in the back of the fucking, I didn't get to stay, but in the back of the freaking, 4th row, nobody was being able to see. They had to go up a level.
And the sick part is with these wrestling fans is they hold it like a badge of honor, like, oh yes, they did this. You're fucking.
Well, yeah, it comes out now that the green shirt or the fucking, I don't know, green shirt guy, whoever, it's not even some kind of lawsuit. It's just that
he's a plant.
He's just really wealthy and just really a big wrestling fan. And I don't know if that's even the truth. I believe
that's not the truth.
Story.
That is not. I've heard from different sources before. That's not the truth. He's a fucking friend.
The people are just too many people are asking questions, so they made up a story. But it's like,
and WWE fans take it.
Well, yeah, because I mean, they would love for someone to really think that someone could afford to go to all these shows, but in the reality, it's impossible, Vic. It's impossible. How much is your average front row pay-per-view ticket? Non-major 4, let's say on non-major 4. What's your average front row seat?
Oh, 15.
15,000. Okay.
No, not 15,000. 1,500.
Okay, 1,500.
I'm lowballing here. I'm trying not to be like a complete WWE hater. So I'm like lowballing right here.
1,500, but now we have to include travel, hotel, food. Would you say you're at what, a $4,000 trip for a non-major pay-per-view?
Oh yeah.
Now add in the major pay-per-views. Mania tickets weren't cheap. What I'm saying is this is a heavy burden to spend every single month, a monthly expense. And this does not include doing anything else, any living, any bills, anything else. You're already at that. Now, maybe this guy's got a great job, which if he does, that's wonderful. But then again, if he had such, I don't know, wouldn't we hear of him? Wouldn't we know who he was? Wouldn't he be famous? I don't know. It seems like a lot of money being spent. Now, I understand what I read, that he had some kind of, I don't know, something that was savings, but I don't fucking know. I believe WWE plants these people so it can go to show the average person can afford to go to a wrestling show when they really can't.
The truth is, they want to give the illusion of, oh, this guy you go to. Look at this guy. He's just like you. He can go to shows. So can you.
But let me ask you something. If he was just going to shows, right?
Right.
Just to go to shows because he liked the show, right? Wouldn't you just wear different shirts or be like incognito? Like, why make it so you know you're going to get seen and known?
Yeah, if that was the case, you'd be fucking buying merch too.
Well, that's what I'm saying. When you buy, I went to a lot of indie shows, hundreds of indie shows, and I made sure every indie show that I went to, I either wore the champion shirt because I was their fan, or I wore their heel shirt, or sometimes I wore 3 different shirts. I would bring different shirts and change for different wrestlers. Why? Because I just wanted to show the support. And I never left home without buying merch.
He was also spotted at the other side of the fucking ring bearing, the ring barrier.
Yeah, well, I mean, not for nothing. You don't think a
That's not
fan like
fair,
that? You don't think a fan like that gets invited in if he hangs around at the end of the show?
Yeah, a fan, or because WWE likes to use words and fucking use to change to manipulate the meaning. Yeah, here's a fan, but they never said he wasn't an employee. Just a
Yeah, I mean,
fan.
he could be he could be just he could be a janitor somewhere.
Could be a janitor, could be anywhere. He could have access in the back. I mean, they just said he's a fan. That's it. That's not lying.
Fucking Vince is a legitimate kid. I heard that 2026 is going to be all Attitude Era. Like they're pushing that era.
They need something.
But
'cause
then, like, I heard someone say, like, so they're going to include Vince, right? And they're like, well, no, why would we do that? And someone was like, well, how do you do the Attitude Era, honestly, without Vince? Vince ushered in that Attitude Era. If Vince wasn't a protagonist and the antagonist against fucking Stone Cold and he didn't play that boss, then guess what? The Attitude Era wouldn't have failed. Stone Cold would have never got that far over. He was over, but he would have never got that over. People enjoyed him kicking the shit out of the boss because it gave every blue collar worker this notion that fuck it, we'll stun our bosses too. Like it was gratifying, it's satisfying. It made you like, this is great because it was every employee's dream. And you would see this, what's going on, and how's the boss gonna, undermine the employee? What's this crazy employee gonna do? Is he gonna come out with a Zamboni or this and that? And again, even like the Ministry of Darkness, yes, Undertaker was great, but without Vince's plot and crazy storyline with his daughter, it wouldn't have been as great. And then besides that, everything else in the Attitude was just sex. I mean, if it wasn't the corporation, the corporate ministry, or all of that, then it was just sex. And that's it. So it's like if you don't include Vince in that and you don't bring Shane into that and all of that, then honestly you're not really doing the Attitude Era proper justice, and you might as well just not do it.
I just see this a fucking. I don't know.
The Attitude Era is entertaining, okay?
It's entertaining.
I don't even think of it as like, I mean,
but Jesus, like Royal Rumble coming up, just like no hype, no anything about the world. Just it's in Saudi. Who the fuck cares about those fucking spider monkeys?
well, I mean, Saudi
Sorry.
is Saudi.
I mean, sorry. Oh, that's racist. Well, I'm fucking speak the truth, so fuck off.
At the end of the day, Saudi is Saudi. I don't think there's any hype because, again, it's a 2 p.m. show. I mean, I'm not hyped for it. I'm not going to be around at 2 p.m. on Saturday. I'm busy. I'll be able to watch it that night, but I mean, by then it's already going to be spoiled on who won. So what's the point? I used to like these events because they took place on a Saturday night or a Sunday night. You have some food, take out beer, fucking vibe it. Watch it.
Fuck everyone. Chat GPT says spider monkey is not a racist term, so fuck everybody.
It's not. You got the derogatory term wrong, but
She said, so you know, Vic, you're not racist. You're just a fucking idiot.
pretty much you took two different fucking racial terms and blended it into one and ended up with just nonsense.
I've heard of that term though before.
No, maybe Vermont is different. Maybe you people are spider monkeys up in Vermont.
One of fucking inbred people.
You aren't. Some of yous are. I will be honest. I looked into it. Per capita, you got a lot of families. I mean, you got very little families and a lot of land. Like there's not many different families out there. There's been some generations of inbreeding, not in your culture, like not in your household, but There is some people out there. Brattleboro is a cesspool. I'm sorry. I looked into it. I did some digging after you mentioned it to me. And it's a complete cesspool.
I am not seeing Brattleboro. That's the way it is. I am not seeing it. I thought about it. I mean, we've had conversations night after night that we thought about it. We really did entertain the idea. And it's, at the end of the day, it's just like, why? It's like setting them up, but it's just, they're not going to learn from it. It's going to all ravel down. It's like John Taffer sitting in a bar, and the bar owner fucking just takes that bar and makes it a shit dive again. It's like, why would you go in there and fucking save the place? I am contracted to do 12 investigations in the state of Vermont, Southern Vermont to be precise, and after that, I am gone. That is it. Goodbye.
Well, I mean, that's all you need to really worry about, honestly.
It is done. It is gone. Just gotta find my dirty dozen.
Well, dirty dozen is a dirty dozen. Oh, we got a bunch of different things now tomorrow. I got another horror. I got 2 horror nights tomorrow coming out. I got another. I got a movie crew coming on. I think just the actor. I don't think the director can make it now. I'm waiting for morning confirmation. But then we got Zool at night.
Yeah, that will be recorded tomorrow and aired Wednesday, correct? Well, it's a horror night, so it doesn't matter.
But tomorrow night, who? Zool? Zool's airing live. Everybody's airing. Well, everybody's airing live.
It's okay.
Because I realized the only way you can do the long way is live. If you just upload it, you can't upload to the shorts feed.
Oh, there's a way. I already thought of a way.
Not from the shorts. It won't. Even if you re-air it live, it won't do short.
What, do shorts?
It won't do the short way. It will only do the side way when you live premiere it. I tried.
Yeah. Well, it'll be re-aired Wednesday.
Let's I'll re-air the long view and then just do the shorts view. So when I do it tomorrow, I'm gonna record the long way. I'm gonna record landscape, but it's only gonna air fucking vertical, and then the landscape will go out when it airs properly. Or I could have it air right before Zool and jump in and do a double feature, creature. But now I kind of want to go film a movie on my phone.
You should.
I don't have a cast or a crew or anybody. I just got me. I can only do so much. Like how many fucking weird films can I be filming alone?
Mike's got time before he goes to Saudi.
What'd you say? You want to see a video of me producing sodomy? I don't get it.
Yeah, I said Mike has time to help you before he has to go to Saudi.
How long have we been dating? I don't know, Vic. How long has it been since we've been dating?
Over Christ, what was that 2-year mark?
It's pretty good. It's by a guy named Hulk Hogan's tights. I wonder if his tights has any good racist jokes. You know what I saw? Speaking of Hulk Hogan, I saw a post saying my good friend Tony Spencer posted. It said, had a meme of like Hulk. He was at the beach. He was all bright red. And it was like somebody wrote, "Wow, Hulk Hogan really does spend all his time on the beach." And then somebody commented, "No, he doesn't. He spends all his time in the cemetery. He's fucking dead. He's been dead since 25." And I was just like, "Damn."
Yes. Fuck Hogan. I still say to this day, fuck Hogan.
Well, yeah, I mean, at this point, you could tell now all that came out that Hogan is just a joke. Like pro wrestling's a joke. It's a joke. A con. You were conned into believing he was an American hero and except he was a scumbag. It's like Slaughter. We believe he's an American hero. Instead, he was a fucking draft dodger.
Hey, he was quieter though.
He was a draft dodger. He was never into the GIs. They made him a GI Joe because of WWE, but he was never even in the military. He never served. His daughter was nice. I enjoyed talking to her. She was very cool. But I'm just saying, if you're going to believe these things, then you're going to believe that Jinder Mahal's from fucking India and he's not Canadian. You're going to believe Yokozuna's Japanese. You're going to believe all this bullshit.
They fucking make the fucking wrestling fans believe they should go to Saudi. Doesn't take much.
Saudi, watch it be a disaster, man. Saudi's going to be a disaster. If Saudi doesn't own it by then.
I'm going to ask one question.
You have Saudi questions?
I do have Saudi questions. But before I open my mouth, Saudi Arabia. That's what it's called. Yeah. Just want to check one thing. Average price of Saudi Arabia. Average price. Saudi Arabia is $711. That's on fucking Spirit.
Yeah, he probably did like 7 stops too. He's probably stopping in fucking Iran for a day, fucking in Syria for a night.
And you have to go through customs all those fucking times.
Mike's an Israeli fucking spy. He'll get right in. I think he does. I honestly do believe Mike has Israeli diplomat citizenship. I think
It's
he
gonna
does.
be like it's gonna be fucking like Brittany Garner again. Fucking he get busted and fucking.
He doesn't smoke.
He's fucking. Neither does she. Apparently.
You might get caught jerking off left-handed, though. I heard that's illegal there. You can only use your right hand. The right hand of God. You're not allowed to use the left. I don't know. I don't make the rules. I'm not the fucking sheik here. I wouldn't go to Saudi. I don't believe in Saudi culture. Not that I don't. I'm not anti-fucking.
I'm not anti-Saudi Arabia, but I'm not.
No, and I'm not anti-Islamic either. But I don't.
ass.
I just don't live Islamic. Like, so that's cool that you practice. I appreciate what you do. I understand why you do it. I understand the prayer. I understand all of that. But it's just not my belief system. So I don't want to be forced to do it. I don't mind walking next to someone while they're doing it, but I shouldn't be forced to do it because they're doing it. We don't force, the Pledge of Allegiance in school. We don't force prayer on Sunday. We don't force anything in this country. So
the only thing I would disagree. Now, this is when you're over there. You're mentioning this, right? Like, when
Yeah.
you're there. Okay. This is kind of a double-sided. Do I believe if you're over there, that's their lands, you have customs, traditions, whatever like that, and they're a strong army and making you do it? Would I do it? I would. Just because it's their land, it's their tradition.
if I'm there, yes.
That being said, though, when you have a product like the WWE and they're like, oh, the women, you must cover. No, fuck you. This is us. This is the fucking United States of America professional wrestling organizations. This is the way it is. You take it the way it is. It's like we go to your land and we have to pray and whatever time, whatever like that, and not eat whatever. But this is our product that we're bringing to you. You don't like it? Guess what? total cause.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. I don't think. I mean, I wouldn't practice Sharia law. I don't see the appeal in practicing Sharia law. So I wouldn't go a country that enforces Sharia law. That's great for them. They all practice it, and that's cool. But me personally, I don't. And there's no appeal to me to see a wrestling show to change my lifestyle, to change my way of life that drastically. Now I might go to Texas, and yes, I won't be able to smoke any reefer, and maybe I can't hop on the old Pornhub. But it's not too much of a big lifestyle change. There's other things I can do in this thing. And I feel like if I was to go to Saudi or any of these kind of risky countries, that I'd be walking on eggshells, trying not to make a mistake to fuck up. I wouldn't enjoy my time there. I wouldn't enjoy the show. I would just be worrying about getting home so I don't fucking get detained. And because, you know, at the end of the day, money doesn't matter. You saw a whole WWE fucking flight get detained. And they had the money to get home, believe me. But the king of Saudi said no. And if they wanted to, they could have all been put to jail or executed like that, with no due process or law.
And that wouldn't fucking make someone believe, hey, we got away with one. Let's not fucking resign.
Well, I'm just saying that whole issue would have been like, I don't think I'm going to take my business to Saudi anymore. This doesn't feel right. But that's not me. It's not my company. Whatever misunderstanding, they got through it. But I mean, I wouldn't go there as a fan because of that, because those were the wrestlers. Now imagine a fan. You're not going home. What do you mean? Nope, you're staying 2 weeks. We need to see you've been in whatever. It's like, fuck. And not for nothing, the U.S. isn't really liked. So, I mean, once people find out you're American, they're not going to treat you nicely. It's not like you going to a place like, hey, an American, great to see you. It's like, oh, great, what the fuck are you doing here?
Yeah, people look at you like fucking. Yeah.
I don't know. It's not for me.
I know for a fact I talked to wrestlers from Killing the Business Worldwide and make comments about, you guys probably think we're a joke, don't you? And they always have that pause and they go like, well, not you per se, but.
Well, I mean, you see something like WWE, and I hate to say this, they've been this kind of stronghold for what, 40, 50 years now of sports entertainment, all American made. And basically, it feels like a giant sellout.
Oh, fuck, definitely. They don't care.
They don't, but it just feels like a sellout. And the thing is, the Saudis want all this outrageous shit. They want The Rock and Cena and Stone Cold and Undertaker. They wanted Yokozuna for that greatest Royal Rumble. They didn't realize he died. They wanted him.
Wait till this weekend when they announce that next year's Royal Rumble is going to be 2 nights.
Yeah, that should be good. 2 nights in Saudi. I bet Saudi will have all the major 4.
You want to go to Saudi. You want to have events there. That's great. God bless you. But do us all a favor. Stay there.
Well, I agree at that point, because it's like now you're no longer working for the American people, which is fine.
No,
I mean, I like New Japan, but here's the deal. Like, New Japan works for Japan. If I catch it live, I catch it. If not, I catch it on repeat. But they weren't an American company. They were always a foreign company. WWE wants the U.S. money and the Saudi money. They want it all.
Oh, really?
Too much greed. And honestly, without Vince, I'm really surprised that it's lasted this long. The TKO stands by. Because I don't see why TKO is allowing shit to go to Saudi.
Money.
Yeah, but they wouldn't take UFC to Saudi Arabia. You would never see a UFC fight in Saudi.
What you have? What are you talking about?
Have we?
Yes, many times.
Oh, I don't know. I stopped watching UFC a long time ago.
It got so fucking, you see the Paramount Plus commercials about how you can watch UFC. You just have to get Paramount Plus. So instead of being a dick, going like, only Paramount Plus, I look into it. Yeah, it's like, yeah, you can watch UFC on Paramount Plus for additional $80 after you get Paramount Plus.
Well, yeah.
Fuck that. It's not worth it. First of all, you gotta make me get up and stay up to 10 to 1.
Oh yeah, they start late because it's West Coast hours,
Yeah, it's like, why the
and they cater to the West Coast. Whereas like wrestling can be West Coast hours, but they'll cater still to the East Coast.
And you gotta watch it now because, may God forbid, someone can keep their mouth fucking shut on social media.
There's video of the fight and somebody getting knocked out before it's even over. The results are posted. Before it's even over. Monster Expo added a photo. What did you add, Monster Expo? What did you fucking add? Shock the system. Who are you bringing in? Still Tony Ree. Yeah, still the same people.
That's right. I noticed some Facebook comments saying fucking come up. Sorry, people.
Are they talking trash?
No.
Maybe only the trash comments come up. Maybe, I don't know.
So I had an epiphany the other day
Yeah.
that I think that would solve Minnesota. This is Minnesota's problem when it comes to ice.
What's their problem with ice? I mean, honestly.
Think about it. You have cities that's real like crumbling, real shitholes. But you hear the good side about it. Like Detroit. Detroit's a fucking
But you got the mall in Minneapolis. Isn't that the biggest mall in America?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, right there. But you know what the problem is? And this is why everyone's so fucking pent up, fucking ice and everything like that, protests and shit like that. Because when was the last time Minnesota had something to be happy for when it comes to a professional sports team?
Well, because they've been stuck with the Vikings since day one and the Twins. What do you think they're going to do?
I mean, it's like, when was the last time the Twins won the World Series? Or the Vikings were actually good contenders? Yeah, they made the playoffs a couple of times, but
you know what the coolest thing about the Vikings is their logo and color scheme. That's it.
Yeah.
The purple, man. I remember when they came into the league and it was just people were rocking the shit because they liked the purple.
The purple people eaters.
But they never did anything with it. And the Twins, we don't even talk. I mean, and I don't even know. What are their other teams? What do they got for
Wild?
fucking... Who?
The Wild.
Yeah, I don't...
That's in hockey. The Timberwolves. That's in basketball.
Well, they had Kevin Garnett for a little bit, but he was solo, so he didn't do anything until he went to Boston. But
to Boston.
and then took off.
Whoops, that was a mistake for Minnesota. Good job, Minnesota.
Well, the Timberwolves and all of these teams, they're all... Minnesota isn't good for sports, and maybe that is the big problem. Maybe they need something to believe in. Nothing gathers I hate to say it, but nothing gathers a community or everybody in a town around more than a fucking sports championship.
Yeah, have you noticed this time around? Because when Brady won, was the Brady era. You can feel the hate towards New England during that time. It's like
that's because he was cheating to win. He's not. They didn't cheat to win this one. They won.
But this time around, it's very like minimum because there's so much hate in this fucking war right now, like politics, fucking like sports, whatever. It's just like, now it's just like the fun of it.
Yeah, but also I think Brady was hated not only because of the cheating, but also Belichick Brady combo was hated. Belichick was hated. And
I hate to tell this people to everyone this, but what the Patriots did, all the teams do. It's just they got caught. Only difference.
yes.
Only
What?
difference.
Which one? The listening or the deflating the balls?
Oh, both.
It's sports entertainment.
Both. They just got fucking caught.
But at the end of the day, I don't see people hating on the Patriots like they used to once Brady left.
Or here's a conspiracy theory. Brady was injured. Now you don't want to make Brady look like, he was the Superman quarterback time. You don't want to make him look weak. So what do? Oh, Deflategate. You're suspended. Now you have time to fucking rest.
Well, there's that too. I mean, it's sports entertainment. It could have just sounded good. I mean, it could have just been part of views. Let's see what's going to happen. How are the Patriots will be spawned without a Brady?
Super Bowl line open up. Seattle 3.5. That's a fair assessment right now.
It could go either way. It will be a tough game if the Patriots pull it off, but they have the chance. It's not going to be a one-sided slide. I think that the Patriots could play their best game because you got to remember these games are just one game. The other team could not play so hard, and that's it. You capitalize when somebody fails, and that's how you win.
I'm not gonna give my. I'm not gonna show my cards right now and say who I'm gonna pick. But can I say one point of the Super Bowl, which I believe is going to happen?
What?
If it's low scoring, New England will win. It has to be defense for them.
Well, it could be, and I mean, I don't know. And then you got Bad Bunny doing the intermission, which you got to think it's going to be political, right?
Oh, there was talks about how he's gonna have like fucking like trans community behind him or some shit like that.
Well, do you remember years ago when Beyonce came out with the Black Panther gear and stuff?
It didn't bother me.
No, it didn't. But I could see them
Because
coming out and
here's a newsflash for everyone. Here's a newsflash. For people who cares, gonna complain and shit like that, we all know the truth, and that is you didn't watch. You weren't going to watch anyway. No one watches the halftime show. It's always you get up, you get more food, you take a piss, you shoot the shit with a friend, you tweet or look on your phone, and that's it.
Oh, I watched the fucking halftime shows. I thought it was okay. But I'll be interested to see if Bad Bunny does anything towards ICE. If they bring in some ICE people and have them like beat up on stage or anything. Or if they do a fuck ICE, you know it could happen. It's the biggest stage. And it's not like the U.S. people won't share.
I got my personal opinion about ICE, but
Oh, aren't you an ICE? Like, didn't you just apply for them recently?
they reached out to me.
Rumor has it that you were going to get
They reached out to me and said, please, Mr. Muscat, please be part of the elite. Show us the way. And I turned them down.
Really? I would have. You could have cleaned up Brattleboro.
I had no interest in Brattleboro. I would just rather be left alone.
Could have went in there and told Planet Hank, we don't think you belong here anymore. It's time to go.
I really believe Trump took something that just fucking like weaponized it.
Well, yes. I mean, ICE has been around since George W. Bush. It was made to protect people. It actually stands for something. It stands for like immigration control or something, I think. I don't know. But it has a purpose. It's supposed to be taking, offenders or illegal immigrants out of the country instead of using law enforcement of like local police. Now, granted, he's treating it like a personal army and sending SWAT teams here and there. Well, yeah, he's abusing his power. I mean, there's also talks that he has frontal lobe dementia. I mean, that you can tell by the way he stands, talks. The other day, he talked about how he was when he was president, like he doesn't even know he is president. And it goes into this as if they were able to hide Biden's health, what makes you think they can't hide Trump's health?
Because we don't know he's not running the country. Right?
But he's not mentally stable regardless. I mean, I find it hard to believe that he passes, you know, a legitimate psych evaluation
All I can
by
say
a
is
nonpartisan doctor that isn't government owned. Someone's got to down the line say, hey, maybe he's got a little autism or something. You're trying to say he got a clear bill of health. No issue.
I'm just saying that if you want to move to Greenland, get your land now.
I'd rather just move to Russia at that point.
Why? Greenland's peaceful. Oh, Russia.
So is in Russia. If you're with the right people, just don't be poor. Like most of the world, don't be poor and you won't have an issue.
People fucking act poor. Jesus Christ.
Oh, in the U.S., people like to act poor. The poor you act, the better you're off. But in other countries, you don't.
No, this country's lost its fucking way. It's
Well,
in various numbers and stats, this is the worst this country's ever been. And you cannot say, well, Trump, no. No.
but lost his way before Trump came in.
I don't see anyone saying, like, hey, we need someone on the liberal side to stand up and show, unity and look at Mr. Stoner. He will lead the way. No, it's just known as, you just hear, like, fucking opinion, and people take opinions of fucking Bill Clinton. Jesus Christ. I mean, really? Shut the fuck up, Bill.
What was wrong with Bill?
Well, what? You know if that Epstein's list gets released.
So if Bill hung with Epstein, so didn't Trump, so didn't probably half of the other fucking
Well,
presidents.
yeah, but if whoever's fucking on the West, you just shut the fuck up. I do not
But
care.
everybody's on the list, so everybody's part of it. I mean,
No way or nothing, yeah.
who's not on the list right now?
Me?
No, you have your own island, Victor Sin Island, where you bring legally aged women to come and do fucking sexual favors for grocery money. You have your own scandal going on. You don't need this other shit.
I was invited.
I don't want to come. I don't have I need any groceries.
It was that one summer night when I got that text saying, would you like to come to this gala at Epstein's Island?
It probably was, but I mean, let me ask you something. If you didn't know who Epstein was, and you, Victor Sin, were out on a night in the town, you ran into an Epstein, I think you two would vibe just fine. I think anybody
would. That's a sad.
I think anybody would vibe with Epstein just fine, because at the end of the day, these people are very charismatic individuals. You understand? They're like the serial killers. You could run into any serial killer that you could think of, like Gacy or Manson or fucking even Dahmer, and you would probably be their best friend and hang out and chill because they acted like cool dudes and fucking they had the charisma, the charm. They didn't act like creepy killers or people that were just sitting paranoid. Like they acted normaler than normal.
The math isn't mathing when it comes to fucking Epstein's Island.
But
okay, he has an island. Okay, go.
But let me ask you something.
He has an island. What's up?
But can I ask you a double-edged sword question? Is there undeniable proof that children were sexually assaulted on that island?
Not that I know of.
I mean, is there videos, pictures, and not pictures of kids dressed in clothes in a photo with presidents and shit? Because let's face it, you could say that any photo from the 80s of, you know, a young girl in a pro wrestler is a fucking grooming photo. Anybody can say that. So let's not go that route. But, you know, there's no photos out there where there's like, oh my God, that's Epstein on top of a fucking 10-year-old.
No, it's just there was photo. It's a bunch of photos of. Could be fucking family.
Yeah, but
gatherings.
most of them have been deemed from other time periods. Like this was a flight when they all went to fucking Guam. This was a flight when they did this. Like there was a picture of Michael Jackson with all these people, and it like had nothing to do with anything.
Yeah, I'm not saying that there was no fucking pedophilia going over there. I'm not saying that there just because there's no evidence, you know. But the thing is, though, it's like
Yeah, but where do people get the notion that it has taken place? Where's
I
the
don't know.
original idea that Epstein Island had pedophilia?
Of course, like what I was going to say, what you're saying. It's like, okay, you're on the list. That's great. That means you were just on the island.
Well, that's what I'm saying. What ties Epstein Island into this terrible, horrendous place that had tortured children and sexually exploited them? Where is the evidence of that? Where is the any survivors or any people that have said, hey, I've been on this island, and that are dominant and prominent people that I've been on this island and this is what I saw, witnessed, and heard. I will never go back. My life is now in mortal danger because I spoke the truth and I'm disappearing because of it. Thank you all. Bye. We've never seen that. You hear, you know, you see a celebrity die and people will be like, oh, he must have been ready to tell something, or he knew something, or he heard something. But did he just die and people just, you know, want to make a story of things? Again, I mean, could Epstein be a complete creep and child? Yes, but I mean, they've got people that have tied him to, you know, stealing Joey and Benet Ramsey and shit. There's people that have tied all this stuff, and then it's like all loose ends any which way.
People,
So I mean, it's kind of like the Pizzagate thing, you know. They went to this pizza place and they fucking, you know, ripped through this place looking for a basement that didn't exist. And it's like, well, at what point did this become a fable? Has this become fan fiction? True, you know, scary, you know, truer than real life. Like, at what point has it changed over? I mean, maybe there was some initial reports that there was something going on there, but if someone deduced and someone came through and read government emails and said cheese pizza means little girl, this means little boy, this means boy like this means Asian girl, this means that, this means this, they decoded the whole thing into that they were ordering fucking children for a party, and it all turned into this huge ass conspiracy theory, which at the end of it involves Hillary Clinton, you know, cutting a little girl's face off and wearing it in a ceremony for Moloch.
yeah,
And if people don't know, Moloch is a demon. It's a Jewish demon, and it's one of the only demons that takes children's sacrifice. It'll take babies, unbaptized babies, and it'll, you know, you can sacrifice it to Moloch. They used to have these, it's like a bull kind of shaped looking thing, and they used to have these big iron pots with a bull on top, you know, ahead of it, and they would boil them and put the kids inside the stomach of it and light underneath with the fire, and you know, everything would become so hot that it would eventually just incinerate them from within. And this is the way that they would pay tribute to Moloch. There's rituals of Moloch, rites of Moloch. I've read some of the rites of Moloch. None of them involved cutting a little girl's face off, so I don't know what books they're reading. But, you know, this has been talked about now for years, and people talk about this Frazzle Drip incident, and they mentioned it for quite a while. And some have said that they've seen video. The video was on the dark web. Now it's been scrubbed. Other people say it's just fabled, that no one's really actually seen the video. It is, right? Am I right?
Yeah, I'm getting something
No,
set
I'm
up right
asking
now.
Stuggy. Well, that's what I'm saying. MLK, Mulligan, and but Black Lives Matter, that's not there. It was hijacked. I don't understand what Martin Luther King has to do with Epstein Island. But I heard he had issues too. He wasn't this like great man.
Everyone has a dark side. Everyone has a dark side.
Well, no, they do. People have dark sides all the time. You have a dark side, Vic. You have a dark side.
See if I can get this fucking thing going.
What are you trying to do?
Trying to get that testimony of that person that said they saw Hillary fucking carve the girl's face off.
I don't know. It sounds far fetched. I mean,
Yeah.
Dad, I got your phone. You want it?
Yo. Yeah. Type 2, type 1 diabetes. Okay. Yee. I guess. What do you want, big man? Your mic's muted, you know that, right? He works on our IT. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Monday night, January 26th. We are in the third hour of Project Unknown's live stream. Be streaming live Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, 6 to 10. This is what usually goes on when we're in our offices during the day. Just I'm pretty much caught up with everything. One or two questions. I got a question to ask you. Your mic's muted. Moloch, yeah.
the Moloch makes one worse off than ever before, tricks mortals into being bound, and accepts child sacrifice. I mean, that's why I much rather work with something like Pazuzu or a better spirit, or something that's just a little bit lighter. But, I mean, there's all sorts of demons you can work with, from Arias, Azazel, Agadir, Valafor, Citri. They have their thing with Moloch. Ancient pacts.
We'll be talking about Satanism very soon.
What is it?
We'll be talking about Satanism very soon.
Oh, yeah. And Baal is good, too. Baal's a great demon to work with if you can work with Baal. Baal will give you great insight and power. Similar to Paimon. There's a lot of great demons you can work with. It's a matter of knowing how to work with them. Now, do they work with Moloch? I don't know. I mean, that sounds far-fetched, but
Okay, I got that clip ready.
I mean, you've heard the stories. The blood scared children.
Yes, I
Gives
got
them
the,
everlasting life, rejuvenates them.
I got the clip ready.
What do you got?
Got the clip.
Oh, good.
Send it to me. I would not advise you to have a look at it. She and her spokeswoman, they put a 5-year-old girl naked on a table, bind it, and then with a scalpel they start to remove the face.
Oh my God.
And you hear this child screaming, and they take off the face, and Hillary Clinton puts it on her face and goes to the child. And you see, the child is all flesh, and then the eyes pour out, and this child sees her own face on the face of Clinton. I will never forget that image, and never the scream. That's how evil these people are.
Right ones out and let the wrong ones in.
Diabolical. That's diabolical.
Yeah.
But is it Hollywood diabolical? That's what I'm saying. Like, on the bottom it says some Luciferian thing. You've tied something already wrong. Luciferian has nothing to do with Moloch. That's Lucifer. One's dealing with Moloch. It's two different demons, and Luciferians don't even believe in fucking that kind of stuff. So it honestly, it makes you wonder. It makes you think. It makes you ponder. Is this stuff just thrown out there to hide what's really going on? Is there something going on? I mean, if you were part of some secret cabal, would you be doing, and you were that elite, would you be doing stuff in a way that you could actually get yourself caught? I mean, who was that lady to actually come forth that she was there, and why was she there? And you know, you're holding these rituals. Why are you just letting anybody in? And again, who's pulling out photos to snap during a ritual? Nobody. Nobody's doing that. If they're doing a true ritual for power, they're in the ritual, man. They might be filming it from a camera somewhere, but nobody's taking photos. They don't hire a photographer to come in. I don't know. I mean, you hear the story. You hear that, you know, people like Oprah Winfrey traffics these children, and Ellen traffics these children, and these people that, you know, had all these host shows and met all these great and wonderful children, or children with other things, have, you know, just used them to get them into the hands of others to do harm. And it's like, maybe.
Possibly.
I mean, would people not sell out the lowest form, which would be children? I mean, at the end of the day, children aren't credible witnesses. They get spumed, thrown around. You know, nobody takes them serious half of the time. It's a sad case, but it's what happens. And so they use children. But again, you know, they say things have to happen in plain sight. You know, if you watch like Monsters Inc., you know, it talks about harnessing the power of the children through the scares.
I heard about this, yeah.
And that plays upon this. It raises the adrenaline and the endorphins up in the blood, and when they bleed them out, it has all of that in there. So it's almost like a fucking rush when these people are drinking or injecting or doing whatever they're doing, but they got to scare the bejesus out of these kids. And I mean, that would probably most likely traumatize the girl to fucking, if she didn't die, seeing her own face be shoved in her face, being worn by some maniacal lady. I mean, that's wild. That would cause fear.
Yeah.
Not to mention the mortal pain she was in and everything else.
You fuck with kids, game over.
Yeah, but this is different. This isn't just your local fucking, you know, ripper off the street that gets locked up and goes to jail and gets stabbed. These people are fucking on the top of the food chain.
Whose eyes?
Most. I mean, yes, there's larger people, but they're on the top, man. Then they ain't looking up to too many up people above them.
They're far from the top. I hate to say that. Very far from the top.
Well, there's still bigger fish out there, but they're bigger than the people that are around. You know, people that think that people in politics are just like you and I, that anybody has a chance. It's not really true, man. Like, there's only like, I forget how many, but there's only like so many families of presidents. They're all related to each other somewhere down the line. You can look it up.
Like people will look at someone like people look at like the Clintons and Trump, and somebody they gotta help me. Some people look at Randy Carver the same way, as in you're top of the business, you're the best of the best. You know, we have to, you know, God forbid if we say anything and make you mad, you gotta do this to us, you gotta do to us, you could just sue us, you could do this. I look at it like this. They are just a fucking blip. A blip on the radar of what reality is, and that is beyond the earth, beyond the fucking universe, going to fucking like galaxies. You think someone alien and fucking number one galaxy is going like, oh geez, Clinton looking good today. We must say how thin she looks. No, they don't give a fucking rat's ass. And they're probably 10 times more powerful than we are. That's why I don't fucking. I respect people like Carver in some ways. But I'm not gonna kiss his ass and say like, "Oh, you're the best of this." You're far from it. You are far from it.
They are. They're all far from it. What are we having trouble with? What did you get yourself? What'd you do to your Facebook, Vic?
Didn't do anything to my Facebook.
Did you get yourself banned?
Not that I know of.
Why are you no longer live? It says you're no longer live. If you go like this, though, you should be able to pump it back in. Sometimes this works. Unless you lost the ability to, you might have lost the ability to go live. Or have I?
What the heck did I say?
I don't know. Facebook is having. I think Facebook is having problems. Yeah, you keep saying fuck Randy Carver, whatever you say about the guy. Every time you say something about the guy, it pings it.
Well, fuck Randy Carver. It's not my fault. Yeah, this is why we're gonna be on Twitch starting tomorrow.
Did I tell you the fucking? I played that game. I'm in love with your dead grandmother last night. I ended up playing through it. You can watch. It's gonna be up tomorrow. But what a game! Like you start off, you're on a date with a girl. It's in bad French, and basically, you try to get with her. You go back to her house. You see a picture of her grandmother, and you end up infatuated with her. The girl that you're with tries to get with you, but all you can think about is the grandmother. So like, you go into this fantasy world, and like you hit on her grandmother.
That's what you need it for.
There's a lot of fucking toilet humor with people clogging toilets, taking big shits. The mannerisms are just weird and awkward. The whole game is just awkward. At the end, the lady you find out that the grandmother's dead, and it's just like, what? But
Green eyes.
it's a low budget indie game, but it was filmed, like almost like a movie with just a couple of choices, and it was entertaining. It gave me entertainment. I liked I liked the humor in it. I thought it was kind of fucked up, so it worked. It was only like $4.99 too. It was cheap. I'll be right back though. Hold on.
Cheap is good. Unless you and a couple of people try to get the word out that Project Unknown's live stream is here. Catch us 6 to 10, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Wednesdays, and Fridays on YouTube and Twitch. Twitch is the buzz of Twitch has already started. I just mentioned I'm going to start a live stream on Twitch. What happened? The account that I just opened up, boom, 1,000 subscribers. Not bad for someone in a small area in southern Vermont. Where we got 16 inches of snow. Where the heck did Versace go? What's this? Oh, what's this? Oh, Jurassic Park. I don't care. What the? School teacher arrested for allegedly having sex with teen student. Jesus Christ, all these female teachers are hot, dude. What the fuck? Now we got some stuff playing very soon. All right. So investigations for Project Unknown will start in March. Wait for daylight savings to pass, and then we'll be out and about. 12 places in the Windham County area. If people have any suggestions, please hit me up. Always open for suggestions where to investigate in the Windham County, Vermont area, southern Vermont. See, I don't know what see. I always do new things. Do new exciting things. I've done obstacle course racing. I've ran Spartans before. Done Tough Mudders. Within Vegas. Within Portland. There's something new. Life is funny. Life is funny, isn't it? It's 8:30 right now. An hour and a half left in our live stream. Oh, I thought I hit something wrong. Whoops. Let's see if anyone's around. Who's around? We're shooting the shit live. Why the heck do I do that? No one is actually around. Everyone's still buried because of the fucking snow. Jesus Christ, fucking. We're Vermonters here. And we're gonna go be like in hiding over fucking 16 inches of snow. Jesus Christ. Da, 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 da. Hearing noises. Pardon me for a second. That was odd. That was odd indeed. I heard music or noises downstairs. I'm getting a little cuckoo caca these days. So that's the plan. We're going to get through January, February. And in March, first week in March, we start getting serious. See how that goes. Zashi will be with me for some investigations. And then see what else goes on there. Super Bowl is coming, and for some reason this year, I do not give a fuck. It's just, this is a show now. It's not even a Super Bowl. It's not even football. It's not even like the gridiron, back in the day. No, it is not. So this year's Super Bowl, I don't have that much interest in. I don't have any money on it. I am not looking to make any money on it. Not interested. Might give my picks. What the fuck was that day, actually, with the Blackjacks? I mean, I know people mostly play poker, but I'm a blackjack guy. Definitely. Sports books and the blackjack. Makes daddy a happy boy. Seriously, these I've been pretty good in blackjack these days. Pretty good at blackjack these days. Maybe we should find a third person for these live streams. I do not know what happened to Mr. Versace. Zool, who's going to be on the next Horror Nights, is talking about the show. That is good. Let's get some traction. she could be a co-host. What is... See, I had the fucking perfect lighting in that episode. Okay, hold on a second. Look at that, my background lighting is so beautiful there. What the fuck did I do wrong tonight? Maybe I gotta take down that sign. But yeah, Zool will be on Horror Nights tomorrow. That'll be live for the Horror Nights Network. Re-aired on Project Unknown Wednesday. That is what's going on. Like I said, Project Unknown's new home is going to be on Twitch. That's going to be beautiful. That's going to be great. Twitch. This is like your free freaking preview on Facebook tonight. All right, so yeah, guys, I have nothing to say. I don't know if we should end this or not. We're scheduled to 10. This is our very first live stream here, so please bear with us. Okay, so I got the promotions down for the show. That's all set. That's set. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, this is as live gets right now. This is Project Unknown.
The floor is melting slow like the
The residents along the West River are talking again tonight about what they call the Phantom Train. Witnesses in Jamaica and Townsend say they saw the outline of an old steam engine rolling across the trestle.
Reports of a ghostly woman at Weatherhead Hollow Bridge have some Vermonters looking over their shoulders tonight. WCAD's Atlanta Price is live in Guilford with the story.
Nothing's what it seems in this fever dream. The clock's spin back.
So I go through Instagram, I wonder why people get so offended over little things. It's like they own social media. They own Instagram. She's like, we can't fucking have an opinion anymore before someone says anything about it. Oh my god, I think this thing that one. Philip Rivers withdrawn from his bid to be a coach of the Bills. That sucks. Bad Bunny's gonna give a piss poor fucking performance at Super Bowl halftime show, and people will be bitching about it all day Monday. And that's the way it's good. It fucking is. Is actually dead? Ugh. Well, this is the pilot episode. This is the new one. And we are live. What's going on in the news? That's too bad. 6 people presumed dead in Maine plane crash. Bangor Airport says. That sucks. That's it. Slow news day. You see, I mean, it's a slow news day, but like about yesterday or 2 days ago, people act like it was the fucking end of the world. I mean, what is this? It's like, oh, because of the storm, we're going to take a day off. Please. So what do you want to talk about? I gotta admit, but Celtics are doing all right this year. Doing better than I thought they would be doing. They putting money on make a prediction on it, but someone wants to say anything. Disappearing messages are turned off. Instagram is disappearing messages now? What the fuck? See, this person wants to come on right this second. You want to join? This is what people start to speak in. Start random mouths. And then when I call them out saying like, hey, come on live. Let's discuss this. Average grocery price for Vermont is $124 a month, a week. Not bad. Could be worse. Actually, below the average. Yes, I think I'll be putting a help wanted ad for a third co-host for this mess. Order homes could be cheaper next year. Sweet. What happened to Versace? I don't know. What's wrong with Greenland? I like Greenland. Why are you fucking with Greenland? Might cut this down. This live stream 3 hours to 4 hours. If Versace doesn't come back. This first episode kind of, well, after the Horror Nights episode, everything else pretty much sucked. But we'll get better. We'll grow, we'll get better. This is the first of one of many live streams. See, Japan banned all processed food in schools. Every meal is cooked fresh each morning. Visitors walk through schools of 1,000 kids and see 0 of these students. Geez, childhood obesity in America is at 19.7%. Japan, 3.5%. See, we're fucked as a nation. We are fucked as Americans. Yeah, I'm gonna pull a plug. Screw it. Nothing's going on. Quiet day here for Project Unknown. We will be back Wednesday, 6 o'clock. Live stream. And yeah. Yeah. Maybe I'll get a case. Maybe I'll get something on. Who knows? As busy when we get busier, these streams will be worth something. But right now, we're just playing around. That's why our first investigation is in March. Gives us about a month, a solid month to get this live stream down, and then boom, out and about. Road trip. Yeah. Thank you for everyone for listening and watching. Up. I was about to sign off.
Yeah, fucking being lazy. I see. I'm gone for 30 minutes and you already start to quit.
I was sitting here doing like talking, saying nothing. I'm just like silence.
Well, talk.
What do we want to talk about?
No one's telling you not to talk.
What are we going to talk about? I talked about the obesity rate in Japan. I mean, just, how low do you want me to go?
Oh, we got no school. Hold on one sec.
Okay, so we're just. I mean, a third calls.
No, the good news, school's canceled tomorrow. Yeah.
Work on that right now. Indeed. Okay, so the SWAT team. Well, hey, if Trump could have his secret army, I can have my secret army. I'll be interested in joining us.
Where else did I go? What? I don't remember stuff where I was. I'm gonna call them all. No, they called the school for the day.
For tomorrow?
Yeah. Something about the sidewalk, streets, and something else. But now I gotta hunt down my fucking IDs. Like I lost them somewhere the other day.
Yeah. Oh.
Pain in my nutsack.
Yeah. How's I gonna know?
Your call is now first in line and will be answered by the next available representative. Thank you for your patience.
Haha, you're stuck with the kid tomorrow. I don't have
Hi,
him.
bud. I was in a couple days ago.
Oh. Boo. Couldn't share. No, we're just live. I talked about sports. I talked about the BCWA in Japan. Let's see if this is good. Oh, volunteer opportunity. Okay. Volunteer. Okay. That's a good way to put it. Yeah, I ain't paying anybody. I mean, I'm not cheap. I could if I would, but. All right, we'll pull the plug of this episode. It's on silence. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching this Project Unknown live stream. Try this again Wednesday. Good night.